Everyone thinks ignoring toxic people makes them stop teasing you, but that's not true at all. The real truth? It usually makes things worse. They keep pushing because they're getting exactly what they want, your silence. Today I'm sharing 5 simple ways that actually work to stop toxic people from teasing you. You'll learn how to shut down their behavior without drama, protect your peace, and finally stop being their target. They don't ignore the teasing. Here's the thing. Most people think ignoring bullies makes them go away, so they stay quiet, they look down, they pretend it doesn't hurt. And you know what happens? The teasing gets worse, because toxic people feed on your discomfort. Your silence tells them they're winning. They double down, they get louder, they bring their friends in on the joke. Smart people do something different. They acknowledge it without emotion. They look the person right in the eye and say something simple. Okay, or if you say so, or even just cool. No anger, no hurt, just calm acknowledgement. This removes the fun for them. Toxic people want a reaction. They want you upset or defensive. When you give them nothing emotional to work with, you become boring. Here's the crazy part. When you respond with zero emotion, their brain doesn't know what to do. They expected a fight or tears. They got nothing. It short-circuits the whole game. Next time someone teases you, make eye contact and say okay with a blank face, then move on like nothing happened. They don't defend themselves. Most people jump straight into defense mode. That's not true. I'm not like that. You don't even know me. They explain. They justify. They try to prove the toxic person wrong. And guess what? That's exactly what the bully wants. Now you're engaged. Now you're playing their game. Every word you say gives them more ammunition, more buttons to push, more ways to twist your words. Smart people agree and exaggerate instead. Someone says you're weird? Yeah, I'm super weird. Thanks for noticing. Someone mocks your clothes? I know, right? I picked the weirdest thing I could find. This completely kills their power. You can't make fun of someone who already agrees with you. It's like trying to insult someone who's laughing at themselves. There's nowhere to go. Here's something cool. When you agree with an insult, you're showing you don't care about their opinion. That's confidence, real confidence. And toxic people hate confident targets because they're no fun to mess with. Take their next insult and agree with it in an exaggerated way. Watch their confusion. They don't stay in toxic spaces. This one is huge. Most people keep hanging around people who treat them badly. They sit at the same lunch table. They stay in the same group chat. They keep showing up to places where they know they'll get teased. Why? Because they're afraid of being alone. They think having mean friends is better than no friends, so they stick around. They take the abuse. They hope things will change. Smart people remove themselves from toxic environments. They find new places to sit. They leave group chats that drain them. They stop going to hangouts where they're the punching bag. This isn't running away. This is choosing yourself. You're not giving toxic people access to you anymore. No access means no opportunity to tease you. Here's the thing. When you remove yourself, one of two things happens. Either they realize they miss you and change their behavior, or they don't care and you discover they were never real friends. Either way, you win. You get clarity. Identify one toxic space in your life and skip it this week. Just once. See how it feels. They don't tease back. Most people think fighting fire with fire works. Someone teases them, they tease back. Someone insults them, they insult harder. They think this shows strength, shows they can't be pushed around. But here's what really happens. You become exactly like them. The situation escalates. Now it's a competition of who can be meaner. And toxic people are professionals at being mean. You're going to lose. Plus, you feel terrible afterward. You said things you didn't mean. You stooped to their level. Smart people stay above it. They refuse to engage in the back and forth. They use humor that doesn't attack. Something like, "You've got a lot of energy for this," or "This really matters to you, huh?" No insult, no attack, just an observation. This shows you're not playing their game. You're on a different level entirely. Here's the crazy part. When you don't match their energy, you expose them. Everyone watching can see who's being toxic and who's staying calm. You look good, they look desperate. That's powerful. When someone teases you, respond with, "You seem really invested in this," and walk away calmly. They don't hide their boundaries. Most people are scared to set boundaries. They think if they speak up, things will get worse. So they laugh along. They pretend it's fine. They act like the teasing doesn't bother them, even though it does. They're trying to keep the peace. But fake peace isn't real peace. It's just silent suffering. And toxic people can sense it. They know you're uncomfortable. That's why they keep going. Smart people state their boundaries clearly. They say, "I don't like when you say that," or "That's not funny to me," in a calm, firm voice. No yelling, no drama. Just a clear statement of what's okay and what's not. This does two things. First, it tells the toxic person you're not an easy target. Second, it shows everyone else where you stand. People respect boundaries when you actually set them. Here's something cool. Most toxic people are testing to see who they can push around. When you set a boundary, you fail their test. They move on to easier targets. You're not fun anymore. You stood up for yourself. Practice saying, "I don't find that funny" in the mirror until it feels natural. Use it next time. Let's recap real quick. Don't ignore the teasing. Acknowledge it with zero emotion. Don't defend yourself, agree and exaggerate instead. Don't stay in toxic spaces. Remove yourself and protect your peace. Don't tease back, stay above it and expose their behavior. And don't hide your boundaries. State them clearly and calmly. When you do these 5 things, something amazing happens. Toxic people stop seeing you as a target. They get bored, they move on, and you get your peace back. You don't need to be a confrontation expert or a psychology genius to do this. You just need to pick one habit and start. Just one. Don't try all 5 at once. That's overwhelming. Pick the one that feels easiest and practice it this week. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community of people who choose themselves over toxic situations. Drop a like if this helped you, and comment which habit you're trying first. I read every single comment. Remember, you're not stuck being someone's punching bag. You've got options. You've got power, one habit at a time.